I mean, why wouldn't we go live a minute early?
Yeah, I mean, we have Fidget.
We
She's
got
trying to
Fidget.
run away.
She's trying to run.
So, hi everybody. We are for Cozy Cat Games. I'm Megan,
What's that?
and that's Fidget.
What's that? And I'm Steve, the current Fidget Wrangler.
And we are probably going to do a fairly short stream today.
Probably pretty short today. We are both recovering from COVID. That's why we didn't have a video last weekend.
Or Wednesday.
Or Wednesday. Because we were kind of plague in this household, so we sort of just
Yeah, this was our first time getting it.
Yeah, this was our first bout with COVID. Took 5 years for COVID to finally get me, but it did finally get me.
Yeah.
So we were in here in recovery mode, and
I am still I'm about 4 days ish behind him in my recovery, so I'm still taking the very nasty medicine.
God, that stuff tasted bad.
It just not metal. Everybody says it tastes like iron.
No, it didn't taste like iron.
It
just
like
tastes bad.
Ass.
Yeah, it just tasted bad.
Not good ass, just bad ass.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a chat today about the state of Dragonbane, since we're getting close to wrapping that up, and some options and things that we're looking at going next.
Yeah.
Also, Borderlands 4 just came out, and we love Borderlands, so we're gonna talk a bit about some of the really nice 8-bit DO controllers you see here.
And thank you, Jason. We appreciate that, because it has definitely been
yeah, it's been bad. And I was so sick, so sick, and then all of a sudden I just wasn't.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sick anymore.
Well, and I'm very grateful his sister said, hey, he should take a COVID test.
I mean, I was going to anyway.
Because we were literally about to go up to his parents' house, and his grandpa has cancer.
Yeah, my grandpa was just diagnosed with late stage pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
So we were going to go visit. I'd been trying the entire week. I'd been trying to get there and visit, and I didn't feel good, and my work schedule wasn't working out. And now I'm really glad I never got a chance to go up there, because I didn't need to bring them COVID.
Yeah, and whatever we got, I know is incredibly mild compared to what a lot of people have stated, especially considering he's a type 1 diabetic. Was very concerned, but yeah, no, it was not the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, so we in other news, for everybody who knows Thierry Rana, he just up and disappeared, and we were all worried, and turns out somebody broke into his car and stole his electronics. So Thierry, we are very glad that you are back and alive and not like dead in the gutter somewhere.
And I'm really sorry it took 4 days to see your message.
He messaged us here on our channel, and because we were sick, we weren't checking anything.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we usually would have got it right away, but you're like, oh, hey, we're not checking anything because we're sick. And
really sorry, Thierry. I know we were all very concerned, and so yeah.
Yeah, so we were almost concerned. So, which is good, because we got on Top Hats Off channel, we just did episode 2 for Alien Destroyer of Worlds, and next week will be Maddie running Scots and Cats, which is I guess it's a 1-page. I from what she said, it's 2 pages right now. Adventure that she's written, where the premise is based off the meme that if all of the domestic cats in the world invaded Scotland, every Scot would have to fight off X number of cats. It's like 140 or something stupid. So that's the whole premise of it, is Scots versus all the cats in the world.
I think one or both of us will probably be playing.
Yeah, we might be in those players.
But then we got COVID, and yeah, so I'm not sure.
I will take a slot at Maddie's table if nobody else wants it. That's in the Top Hats Off crew, just because I know I'm in like all of the main Top Hats Off stuff. I have been since Power Rangers, so I would gladly step down so someone else can get a chance. But then after that, we will have our 3rd and final episode. Fidget, I hear you.
Hey, you better go.
She's
sorry. That was
our 3rd and final episode of Destroyer of Worlds. Let me go grab a cat.
Yeah, sorry about the spike. She corners Leroy and growls at him because she's a bitch. Yeah.
And poor Leroy is so much of a coward, he just cannot defend himself. He could just sit on her. He could just sit on her and she wouldn't be able to do anything. But no, he's a little wuss.
Yeah.
Aren't you, buddy? You give me the limks? Yes, the limks. All more limks.
So yeah. So and I will probably pretty much only play if Maddie asks or if Steve
Yeah.
wants me to. I tend to leave Top Hats off to him since that's his like online group of friends.
Yeah, I love the Top Hats Off crew. Well, any of the Dapper crew. Dapper's crew's great. What? What?
But before we get into RPG stuff, we'll talk about Borderlands.
Borderlands. All right. So Borderlands 4 just launched, and I have not played near enough of it yet. Buddy.
Oh.
Buddy. We're trying to talk about Borderlands. I don't know if he's picking up very good, but he is purring big time. He has such a poor little strangled purr. Poor buddy. And Fidget is on the ground patrolling around. I'm going to have to go put him in his little coward cubby. So yeah, Borderlands 4 has launched, and it's beautiful. It's been fun so far. I'm only like 3 missions in. Wifey's only about a mission behind me.
Yeah, I started before he did, but then I really wasn't feeling good. I was just wanting to pick my character. Not that there was any...
I'm going to put him in his coward cubby.
Not that there was any doubt on what I was going to play, because I picked Bex, because I almost always start with a Siren. Now that I actually play shooters, she's following you. Awkward silence. We have been playing... Steve's been playing Borderlands since 1. I did not play Borderlands 1. He started me on Borderlands 2, and he started me with Gage because I am not the best at shooters.
That's a statement. It's a fact. She's not the best at shooters.
I'm not, and I know it. And he started me with Gage, and he was... Well, we started playing Borderlands before you went long haul.
Yeah.
So before we got married...
We did couch co-op split screen.
A lot.
And then we didn't do Borderlands 3 a lot because they killed vertical split screen, and Borderlands is miserable with horizontal. Well, most modern games are not good horizontal split. Because of the 16:9 aspect ratio. You don't get a lot of view when you split it horizontally.
Yeah, we tried 3 so hard, and that was pre me getting glasses.
Yeah.
You know, so I
and
can
like
actually
Kai
see.
says, their siren's kind of weird in this one.
Yeah, but there's a on fire purple kitty, so.
Right. Yeah, so we've I played 3. I finished 3. I didn't dislike Borderlands 3, but it definitely lost a lot of the Borderlands appeal that the 2 had. Same thing with pre-sequel. Pre-sequel wasn't bad, but it just lost a lot of what made Borderlands.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get some of that back in 4.
It's so funny to me that Borderlands is our like married couple game. Like,
it's a good game.
Every married gamer couple or every couple has their like game that is their game, and Borderlands is one of ours.
Yeah, big time Borderlands.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I always play Borderlands with a controller. I've always liked Borderlands with a controller. I usually prefer keyboard and mouse for shooters, but for Borderlands, I've always liked the controller. And my go-to for my controllers is 8-bit DO. Or 8-bit do, if you want to call it 8-bit do. People say it both ways.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. I mean, they could sponsor me.
Just really love their controllers.
They and Elgato, they could just sponsor me and start throwing me stuff. I'd be great. So I have a few of them sitting here in front of. This is not all of my 8-bit controllers, but it's a lot of them. This is our go-to. This is the Ultimate. Let me just look for this camera. So it very much looks like the drunken bastard child of a Nintendo Pro and an Xbox controller.
And we have 3 of those.
Yes. Well, we have a white, a black, and a purple, but the purple is the lesser model. It doesn't have 2.4. Doesn't have Bluetooth. These are great. They're very comfortable. They have back paddles, so you can macro anything you want. You can either duplicate a keybind or macro your keybinds. The downside is none of the 8-bit will do proper key mapping, and these aren't their own buttons. So if you have a game that lets you push the button to hotkey, you can't use these as extra buttons. They can only mimic something else that's already on the key face. But they're a very comfortable controller. Hall effect joysticks, rumble, all the controller stuff. But they're just a really good controller at like standard controller price. So they're not super expensive. They're not super cheap. They're not anything special. They're just a good all around controller. This unbelievably green one, which will disappear on the main camera because we've got a chroma key on right now, but it'll show up on this one. The ridiculously green, and even the camera is not really doing justice to how green this thing is.
No, it's not.
Like it says, the chroma key does not know what to do with it. It's very green. This is the Ultimate 2. This is the newer version. It has a couple extra features. The ring around the joystick lights up. Yay. I mean, it's cool. Nothing special there. It has the same back paddles, but it also has an extra R3 and R4 and L4 on the top. So an extra button up top that you can do, as well as switches here that disable the trigger pull. So it turns your triggers into buttons instead of triggers. So for a lot of older games and some modern games, that having that actual analog trigger doesn't really feel that great. You can just turn the analog trigger off and just make it a button. So this has been my one I've been playing with, and
too complicated for me. I'll stick with my little not 2.4.
Yeah, the
although
C,
this is my original one, the white one.
The C is actually a perfectly fine controller. It has to be plugged in through the dongle. They have their own little charging port, and the charging port, the dongle plugs into it. So when you plug the charging port into your computer, you're plugging the dongle in. So your charging port is your dongle.
Yeah.
And then this one, I bought this one as a joke. I had credit from something, and I'm like, I'm just going to use it real quick and order this little controller while it was on sale. It was like $20 when it was on sale. This is a Lite 2, and it is a full button keyboard. So it's got, your normal 4 face buttons, your D-pad, your analog sticks, L2 and R2. Everything's there, but it's just in a teeny tiny, itty bitty little.
It's at least a pretty color.
It is a pretty color. It only comes in 2 colors.
You couldn't really see the color because of the chroma key.
Yeah, you can't. It doesn't. But yeah, it's a nice little kind of teal cyan kind of color. So yeah, I got this as a joke. Like, oh, this is gonna be, what? I was using this as my Switch controller for a long time because it's actually, if you're just gonna kind of sit back like this, it's actually a really comfortable controller to have just grip down here loosely. I was disturbed at how comfortable this was. So at some point, this will go for my little emulator Game Boy. Once MUOS gets Bluetooth put into it, I'm going to use it for that. But it's disturbingly comfortable for what it is. And it's not their smaller. They have a micro and a zero that are even smaller than that, but they don't have analog sticks. They're meant to go like on your cell phone as like a cell phone controller. They have a clip that holds them on. Yeah.
Well, and originally today we were going to talk a little bit about finding the right game, a game not being right for you, and I had asked Aiden to jump in and talk. I don't know if he can actually hear us or talk because he's in chat.
Yeah, if he's in chat, I mean, he can jump in and talk anyways, but Czar wasn't quite feeling up to it, and he was the one who originally brought the idea up. So
I figured we'd touch a little bit on just like Aiden's.
Yeah,
because
we can always talk about it twice. It's not like we have a rule that we can only talk about something once.
It's true. Just because Aiden was playing in our Alien game, and it just wasn't for him, and he was really good about letting Steve know and the rest of us. So, and maybe that's because we've all been playing games together for 4 years or whatever it's been.
Yeah. No.
But so when he's ready to chat, he can
drop in anytime. And anybody that's in the server, I mean, we don't care if people drop in and want to chat a little bit. That's the whole point of these here. Yeah. So coming up, we've got Dragonbane. We were talking about earlier. We're almost done. 3, maybe 4 episodes left. It's close. We're almost done. And then we've got to pick up another game because that's our Wednesday slot is going to be our let's play a game.
Yeah. So
we might do 1 or 2 of like our big box adventure game kind of things where we set one of those up on this and play. Just as kind of an in between. Which speaking of, we actually have the Borderlands one. We could do some Borderlands board game. But then we got to pick up another game. And I can run a lot of systems. I'm familiar with a lot of systems, and I pick I pick up systems very fast. I can learn a new system very fast. So on the table here we have a few of our, and this isn't not all of our options, but this is a few of ours that kind of made it through towards the end of what we were thinking about. So we have Vossen, Coriolis, and Cyberpunk Red.
I think so. We love Free League.
Yes.
Right? So anything Free League puts out, we purchase. I've done all their Kickstarters. As everybody knows, we are a big Free League.
Yeah, Free League, we're not sponsored. Sponsor us.
But we were unsure whether to just back to back to back.
If I just keep doing the systems I like, we're going to be the Free League channel. We're going to do nothing but Free League systems because I like Free League systems. And I don't want to just do Free League. So we're leaning towards Cyberpunk Red.
Yeah, I put what's it called, poll up on our Discord and asked our player pool, which is a combination of some online friends and real life friends, and asked, I had Call of Cthulhu, Fallout, stuff that we already have VTT stuff for, that way we wouldn't have to purchase it again. But this was so far the winner, so I think Cyberpunk's next, which I'm excited because I've only gotten to play one game.
We played one game. It was on Free RPG Day. We played one game of Free RPG Day. I rather enjoyed it because I played as, I don't remember what the class is called, but you're like the media man. I think it might have even been called media or something. So like my primary weapon was a big video camera.
Yeah.
So it was like cool. My whole thing is I'm trying to record the stuff that's going on.
And not die. Yeah.
Yeah. It was so much fun. Like I said, like the whole time we're trying to do, whatever our little mission is, and I'm trying to like record it to blackmail some of the higher ups, and like I can't be seen on my own camera as being part of the violence, but I'm also trying to like shoot while I'm doing this with my pistol, and it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I did a really bad Russian accent for it.
He did. It was terrible. But I think Cyberpunk's going to be the next, and I think that's only available on Fantasy Grounds, which we'll have to do some research.
Available on some other ones? Yes, it is.
I couldn't find it.
It is on Roll20. It is on Foundry.
Roll20 doesn't count?
It is on Roll20 and Foundry.
Roll20, you don't count?
Yeah. The problem is the modules aren't available on their marketplace. So,
okay.
The system is available on other VTTs.
Yeah.
But I'd have to load the modules in by hand.
And we're not doing that.
That sounds miserable for something that I have to run every week.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like something that we would do.
Yeah. So, probably use, one that already has the modules where I can just buy the modules and slot them in and go. We've been using Foundry VTT for Alien and for Dragonbane and for some other things. Well, no, we for this Dragonbane we're using Alchemy.
Oh yeah.
But I have used Foundry for Dragonbane.
Okay.
I really like Foundry. The best thing for me for Foundry is that I get to just host my server.
Yes.
Or next time I get to just tell Mike, hey Kai, host this server for me.
Yeah.
I like having control over it. I like being able to just add in my players.
Yeah.
And as the GM, I can assign everybody usernames and passwords. And so if somebody's like, oh no, I forgot my password, I can just click the button and see what it is.
Yeah.
I'm
kind of torn. I like Foundry for like Alien because it is a little grittier, but I haven't looked at anything else.
I think Alien's the only thing you've played in Foundry.
It is. So I need to kind of see something else to see if it still has that like weird gritty like alien-esque old tech look. But after Cyberpunk, we'll probably go back to another Free League
Probably do
system.
another Free League.
I think we're gonna try to
Yeah, at least every other game Free
Yeah.
League instead of doing it every game.
And by then I should have the is it Coriolis starter set. I did the Kickstarter for this. The starter sets for the US were delayed, I believe. So we're getting that in a while. I can't remember the timeline. And then the Vossen Kickstarter we're getting in the next 2 months, and that just had modules, but I also got the VTTs for that.
Nice.
So
yeah, so we're probably going to do a lot of Free League on this channel just because I've yet to play a Free League system that I didn't like.
Yeah.
Oh, that says I need insulin. Okay. So yeah, I've yet to play a Free League I didn't like.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do more. I'll be right back. I gotta stab myself.
Yeah, he'll go stab himself. I am really interested in Vossen just because it is a Nordic horror, which I don't know why. I really do enjoy like the horror-esque. Like Call of Cthulhu is one of my favorite systems. I really want to play in Savage World. We've got a bunch of Savage World stuff. Trying to think. Let me look behind me really quick. There's too many to choose from. We've got too many to choose from. But yeah, the one VTT you probably will never see us use on this channel is Roll20 because neither of us like it. We did use it back in the early days of COVID because the game store was trying to continue Adventure League online, which was really difficult. And yeah, it was just not the business.
This fluffy void is angry because she was sleeping and I woke her up to be on camera.
So it's a trifecta day.
It's a trifecta. Oh, there we go.
She's just going.
She's just gonna crash. She is the tired void. Yeah. She is sleepies.
I've been trying to stay away from the cats as far as like breathing on them because cats can get COVID.
Yeah, to chime in on Roll20, it's not user friendly for the GM. It doesn't run anything overly grand. I've never been in a Roll20 game where somebody wasn't having issues with their browser. And usually it's multiple people having issues, and usually they're all like using this like different browsers. And like it's like, oh, well, it won't work on Chrome for me. Oh, well, it works on Chrome for me, but it won't work on Firefox. Well, I have to use Firefox because mine. I've never had that issue with a different VTT, but I've never been in a Roll20 game that didn't.
Yeah, and it really drains our internet. Like it seemed like it had a heavy drain on our internet when we tried to play.
We had really bad internet.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, screen grab all the amazing fuzzy, just blocking everything out because that's what she does. Yeah, like Mike says, he looked at Roll20 and realized he could make a better system in the caffeine fueled weekend. That is definitely how I feel about Roll20.
No.
Fuzzy? Fuzzy, are you the internet? Are you stealing the chat souls? What are you doing? Why are you even there? There's nothing there for you.
I can't with you, cat.
She likes to be in the way. Oh.
It's always the fuzzy show.
She likes to be on the table when we're doing stuff. The more in the way she is, the happier she is.
Yes.
She definitely has the cat sixth sense for where in the way is.
Stay tuned for the short of Steve trying to take the Tiamat puzzle off the table. Yeah.
So I'm still working on the Tiamat puzzle. I've got the whole border done. I'm getting better at getting some of the other parts done. I'm getting it. It's slowly building.
We watched some puzzle videos.
I watched some puzzle videos on strategies for like reorganizing your pieces to make it easier to do harder puzzles. And I started reorganizing the entire table of pieces, and I had them about halfway organized. And some fuzzy, with the help of Leroy, decided that my organization was not correct.
Not good enough.
And that they needed to reorganize it. So they got up here and reorganized my pieces. She's just loafed on the speaker. I mean, you guys can kind of see just the bottom over here. She's just loafed on the speaker in front of the camera. Oh, nope, she's moving. Fuzzy, what are you do?
No.
What are you do? You're gonna jump down? Ooh, anger. You hear that? Ooh. Come here, Fuzz. But so yeah, VTTs that I like. I'd liked Alchemy for Dragonbane. My first attempt running it in Foundry was okay, but it ran very much like 5e when you ran it in Foundry, where it runs very much like Dragonbane when you run it in Alchemy. So I definitely prefer Alchemy for Dragonbane.
Yeah.
Foundry's been great for Alien.
Yeah.
I like being able to host my own stuff.
I figured out how to drag stuff out, so I don't necessarily have to drag it
good.
over two monitors.
Nice.
Because you can pop out your character sheet and you can pull out the
Kelso, my favorite brown tone is the like medium tan brown that they use for like the clouds and parts of Tiamat and parts of other things, and it's like the most common brown in the whole thing. So when you find a piece, you're like, oh cool, it's that medium brown. Where's it go? Where's it go? I don't know. Throw it away. Yeah. So eventually, I will finish that puzzle. It's going to take me forever, but I will eventually finish that puzzle, and then it's going to get glued together and hung up, and it'll never be in pieces again. Never.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got more puzzles to work on.
Yeah, we do have a bunch of puzzles. We have one that we really need to unroll that's been rolled for like 4 years.
Yeah, we got to work on that one there. It's the little Plague Doctor puzzle, so like everything that's a color is a very like consistent. Purple is purple, white is white. You know, there's no shades of.
But it's oblong.
It's oblong, yeah. It's not a square puzzle. But because there's no like shades, you can't be like, oh, well, this is the purple spot, but it's dark, so it goes over here. No, it's purple.
I wanted to pull some of this out. So I have become a huge collector whore of starter sets.
I love starter sets.
Basically anything that comes out that I think we're going to be interested in, I will grab a starter set first, just to make sure it is something that we are going to enjoy. That was our gateway to Alien, basically, and to Free League. So, nice that they included dice. I hate them. I don't like them. They're too busy.
You can't read dice that aren't. You're not going to be able to.
No, you can't.
You should hand things to me that you want up on the camera, because your arms just don't. The T-Rex ability does not work here. So yeah, these are definitely some very busy dice. They have red on text on black, and they are borderline impossible to read.
Which maybe for some people that's what you're going for. I personally don't like that. Those dice will probably be never used.
Probably not.
I do like the little standees that they included.
Standees are great.
They're in nice thick cardboard.
Yeah.
The art's real nice. They have a dedicated front and a dedicated back, which is kind of interesting.
Absolutely. One of my most miserable things that I cannot stand is when a company cheaps out and uses standees and then uses cheap standees.
Yeah.
If you're going to use standees to not do miniatures for something like a starter set where that makes sense, do some nice heavy, like,
yeah,
thick cardstock. You know, don't go with some like pathetic little, you know. They did send a little plastic pieces for the standees, so they are proper standees. They aren't just, you know, tokens.
Yeah. So, I mean, these are nice. The art's nice on them. But
Yeah,
ooh.
Jason, if I'm missing a piece when I'm almost done with Tiamat, I will pour resin into it and call it good. Yeah. So they use a lot of red on this one, which I don't have issues seeing red. That's like the most common colorblind color though is red green. So I can definitely see that there's going to be a lot of people who might have issues with this much red on text. I see Wifey's character is purple.
I actually really like, I don't know, I know we've opened this, but they included an easy reference sheet.
Yes, they do have an easy reference sheet.
That just means I don't have to hunt one down on the internet.
It's the information that you would usually have inside of a GM stand of a GM screen. They just put on its own little thing.
Yeah. The map's pretty.
Yeah, it had good.
Standard.
It had good maps.
Yeah.
I think this is actually the same module we played.
Is it? You think?
I think so. The map looked familiar. But yeah, they got Introduction to Dark Future, the rule book, and the world book. And anytime you get that square, like actual pressed binding, you know that they've actually included a bit of information. You know, they didn't. It's not like this one where it's just stapled.
Yeah.
You know, I like seeing the actual like books.
Oh, this is the free RPG module.
Yeah, it's the free RPG module.
I forgot I tend to do that.
Yeah.
So
we tend to put anything we get that goes along with it. We tend to just shove in the box with it.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah, this is the one we ran.
Which makes it easier a little bit because then he kind of has a preview a little bit.
Media. It is called Media.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my guy. That's who I played as. I was the media guy. Let's get him on this camera. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the guy with the camera on his shoulder. That was me. I played him. His handle is 24/7.
Yeah, we also tend to, when we know we're gonna play a module from like free RPG Day, we will grab 2 books.
Yeah.
And if the GM hasn't photocopied character sheets or something, which most of us tend to do for that now.
The last few free RPG Days have been good about that. And we've got a lot of people that don't have printers that reach out to Megan and be like, hey, could you print these for me? And, you know, it's, yeah, cool. We've got the HP ink thing, so we get extra pages. You know, we get extra pages, and we make sure that any extra, you know, like if I have 300 extra pages and you want me to print 500 pages for free RPG Day, okay.
Yeah. I think this last year, I pretty much printed by default for everybody. And then if they didn't use them, that was fine. Like, I'd rather have them than not have them.
Yeah, I definitely like having all the stuff printed out. I always end up running Free League. Free League is always Dragonbane, so I always end up running Dragonbane. The only one last year I wanted to play in that nobody ran was Monty Python. Nobody ran a Monty Python.
No, because Ian ran the Land of M, which is technically also not Monty Python, but flipped with Monty Python.
They were printed in the same book. They aren't connected in any way, shape, or form. But
yeah.
It was a like Kitty. Can you hear me? We cannot. Let's take a peek here. I got you muted here. Let me check on the other side and see if I can get you some volume.
Yeah, so I typically don't run free RPG Day. I will play games though. I don't do good running systems I'm not familiar with. So a lot of times if there's not a 5e module that pops my notice, I just won't run. And yeah, so that is, oops.
He's muted on his end.
Okay. I am. So I get to enjoy playing. I also typically help organize. So I kind of use that as my free pass. Not that I need one. In our Discord, one of our friends states that Fuzzy is the real MVP.
She
with
is
all
too.
the screen grabs Kel has posted of her face or her ears.
Yeah, I mean, she likes to be in there. But Aiden, you have yourself muted. That's why we can't hear you. See if he can get himself unmuted here. Hey, I see him unmuted now. I don't hear him though. He's not saying anything. But he's got himself unmuted. That's the first step.
Well, his little logo is not lighting up, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking at.
But
we finally upgraded monitors on our main computers. So Mike gave me a really nice gaming monitor that I've been using. And before that, I had the monitors in front of me right now. We had they're 22-inch HPs that I got from work for free.
2 of them. One of them we had.
One of them we had, yeah. So I had those as my monitors. So I had these 3 little 22 inches. And then Mike gave me the 27. It's a 1440 monitor. I'm like, cool. This is nice. Except the monitors beside it are now teeny tiny, and the different resolution, and that was miserable. So I grabbed 2 Scepter 27-inch curved monitors to go beside it. So at least it was all the same like height, like physical dimension, even if the side monitors were still 1080s. So that was great. Wifey took my monitors.
Mm-hmm.
We had them all. She had them.
Months.
A couple months. She was looking at getting new monitors.
Yeah.
And she was going to buy 3 of the Scepters that I had. And I said, hold on. Don't. Buy 1 of the Scepters I have. Buy 2 of them that are in the 1440.
Yeah.
Take my 2 1080s. And that way I can have all the same resolution and the same size. So we did that. Had some issues with them getting shipped and had to order different monitors. It was a pain. But long story short, I've now got 3 27-inch 1440p monitors that I get to look at that are pretty. She's got 3 that are 1080p that she gets to look at. And this computer over here that we do this with went from really, really, really shitty Dell monitors that were just absolute dying to these actually decent HP monitors.
Yeah.
So now instead of, we had one little 22-inch monitor that was all the way across the table, and we were trying to do everything off that one monitor.
And it was so bad.
It was so bad. And now we actually have like proper space. So I've got, we've got Discord over here. I've got OBS here. I've got YouTube Studio over there.
Mm-hmm.
I can actually see what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, and before anybody comes at him, I am not as particular about my tech as he is. So the monitors that he had were perfectly fine for me.
Oh, they would have been fine for me if all I had was 1080.
Yeah.
If anybody's ever used a multi-monitor system where the resolutions don't match,
it's awful.
It is
so
awful when you drag something from one monitor to the other.
Yeah,
because it changes scale when it does. It gets bigger when it goes to one monitor, and it's
I had to do that for a week,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know how he did it for months.
Well, that was just
been like months.
That was just size, not resolution scaling.
Yeah.
Resolution scaling makes it even worse.
Yeah. So, on that note, we also found a desk mount.
Yes.
For the monitors.
So now they aren't precariously perched on foam furniture that I built out of Adam's Ready board.
Yeah. So,
unless you get them very close to the same pixel density. The gaming monitor and these HPs were actually very close in pixel density, so they weren't as bad. But you still had the problem of they're so much smaller in physical size that like it never lined up good. It never looked good. And then I do a lot of digital art, so I've got my 22-inch drawing tablet in front of me, and I look up at my screens for reference images and things. So if I have something wonky going on with size or scale, I have to be like, what size is it? Okay. So it's nice having things, being that clean and consistent. I also finally got my speakers. I have a 5.1 surround sound speaker on my computer, and the left speakers have been on my desk and the right speakers have been on Mega's desk. But when we redid the desks, I was able to get my speakers in the proper orientation. So I grabbed two of the heavier tripods like this one that I had, and I put literally like little angled brackets that came with some piece of furniture, and I used just a quarter 20 screw and I don't remember what the other side screws were to just bolt my speakers to it in wall mount mode, so that I have uh, tripods behind me with my rear speakers now, so I can move them out of the way when I'm not using them. Although for some reason Windows 11 does not want to actually output 5.1, and that's odd.
So unfortunately, Aiden had to bounce. He only had a few more minutes left.
That's all right.
And
We'll get
tech
him.
difficulties.
Yeah. We'll give
Also,
him another time.
just want to pop in and say one thing I hate about these monitors is the sound, because the monitors have speakers.
Yeah, they have built-in speakers like most monitors do, and like even high-end monitors have trash speakers. Well, these are not high-end monitors, so they have really trash speakers. It sounds so horribly tinny.
Yeah.
In fact, in hardware class in college, I built a speaker that sounded better than these. So
Yeah, so I don't know if that was part of the issue, because my speaker was set to one of the monitors.
oh yeah, if your speaker was set to the monitor, that would have definitely. We still should have heard it. It should have just sounded bad.
Yeah. So
I told my Windows that those monitor speakers don't exist.
I did too, and they fucking came back.
Yeah.
So.
But Discord really likes to switch to those, and it's so bad.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't, because I would love to be able to set certain like applications to use them. But that way I could like have my headphones on for like Discord, but still have audio coming from other. I would love them if they actually were decent, but they're not.
Well, in mine, so I've been able to set mine up so Discord comes through my headphones and everything else comes through my front speakers.
Yeah, that's how I set up usually.
Yeah, which I didn't know that was possible, because I don't normally mess with shit that much.
You can straight up go in and be like, hey, Discord uses this, and my game uses this, and this other YouTube thing uses this, which works good with my setup, because I have a physical volume dial on my desk for my speakers.
Oh, I miss my volume dial.
It's nice having a physical volume dial.
Yeah, my old keyboard had a volume buttons, which buttons dial whatever.
No, that's different. That's a completely different thing.
I miss having volume control like on the keyboard. The keyboard I got now, I got a Red Dragon mechanical keyboard, which, don't come at me, I really like. I gave him so much shit for his mechanical keyboards over the years because they're loud.
I still want the all black DOS.
But I bought this one, and both his sister and her husband did not like the Red Dragon brand, but I think it was a PepCac error, because I really like it.
Well, it probably just wasn't exactly what they were used to working with. They're both very, very peculiar about what they use.
I really like the mechanical keyboard because with my fake little press-on nails, I can still click-clacky. Very nice. I actually like it better than my old keyboard. I now kind of wish I'd ordered a mechanical keyboard for work.
Once you start using a mechanical keyboard, it's hard to go back to a non-mechanical keyboard unless you get a really nice one.
Yeah, I like that I don't have to press, and because I typically do have to type with my nails now, having that just really easy touch sensitivity.
A little more tactile.
Yes.
That's the advantage to the mechanical keyboard. You get a little bit more tactile. You can change out your switches if you want different presses on them. I never go that crazy on them. I just like having that more tactile. I like that audible. I like hearing the click when I push a key. I like knowing that I've pushed a key.
Also, funny anecdote from my workplace. One of my coworkers thought that I got acrylic nails and changed my nails every week, and that is not the case.
No, that sounds horrible.
That sounds miserable, and nobody got time for that. That's why I use the little press-ons that you can just off when you need to, because yeah, Because if we're gonna go do something like outdoorsy, I'm not gonna have nails on because that's stupid.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have going on. Alien Earth. Who's been watching Alien Earth? Oh, I'm liking Alien Earth.
No spoilers.
And apparently, so does Sigourney Weaver. Apparently,
Really?
Sigourney Weaver did a interview somewhere and said she really likes it. Had a lot of high praise about it, about like the world development in it, how it's more than just like it's not just Alien, it's like the whole world development around it.
Yeah.
Which is really good. They're pulling a lot of stuff from the old comics. So a lot of the things that are new in Alien Earth are actually from the comic. Which I mean, that's just kind of par for the course nowadays. There's a lot of IPs that have existed for a long time that had like some comic or TV series or book series that people just didn't watch a lot. And now that it's getting popular, they're starting to pull from those and use a lot of that material, which is great because there's some really good material. And yes, I know I already did the thing. I'll jump on a bike later.
I will say the only thing I'm gonna say is that fucking sheep.
I love the sheep.
The damn sheep.
I love the sheep.
It is the creepiest thing in the whole freaking series right now.
I love the sheep. It's so cute.
It's not cute.
It's very cute.
Yeah, no, we just watched the last episode last night. The latest episode.
Yeah, so we're caught up on Alien Earth. I've been meaning to watch the second season of Twisted Metal. I really want to watch that.
We got to be in the right headspace for it, kind of. Like not headspace, but just.
I need to just put it up on my left monitor when I'm doing something. But then you get all like, oh, you didn't watch that. You want to watch it? So
There are very few things that I'm like we want to watch together anymore. I feel like we're pretty good about.
Yeah, Jason, I saw the 3D model. There's a really like set realistic one, and then there's a really chibi one, and I like both of them.
Uh-oh.
I don't have the printer for the chibi one.
Okay.
Mike would have to print that.
Yeah, there aren't like a ton of series that we like watch together anymore.
No, we have a pretty different taste in TV series. Even if it's a setting or something we like, we're usually what we like about different series is like different enough between us.
Yeah.
That like, oh, here's a sci-fi series. One of us will like it, one of us will hate it.
Yeah.
There's very few series that we just both like.
There's been a lot of the animated series that we both like.
There's been a lot of animated that we both like. I need to finish Second Best Hospital in the Galaxy. That one's been great.
That one's been good. Twisted Metal is one that I do want to watch together just because I am not familiar with the series, with the gaming series.
I'm kind of hoping they're going to reboot it. Honestly, now that they got the TV series going and it's actually doing pretty decent.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping they do a fairly faithful reboot of Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see them bring back like Twisted Metal Black, but modern.
Yeah.
Without going gimmicky on it, because I could see them trying to go gimmicky and killing it.
Yeah.
Like the principles are like they're just on principle. It's already gimmicky enough. We don't need to add to it. I am waiting to see how the series handles Sweet Tooth's ice cream truck, like when it does the standard Sweet Tooth ice cream truck things.
Yeah, maybe
the Twisted Metal crowd knows what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to think. I know next weekend we have to record, and I don't know if we will be going up. We have to get up to his parents to see his grandpa.
I gotta see my grandpa. I got some stuff I gotta bring down from Dad's house too. So I've got to get up there, and
we just don't want to go up while
I'm going to be going up there as much as I can.
Yeah.
For the foreseeable future. So shut up, Fidget. He's a good boy.
Hey.
He's a good boy. Did I say you could do that?
I touched her.
Oh.
I kicked her in the butt.
That's not nice.
There she is. But, yeah, so we do have to record this next week, I think, or weekend, or hopefully I am feeling much better. I was still testing positive yesterday, but I have been Lysoling the shit out of our house because I don't want to
poor sweet Leroy
either reinfect him or have somebody come over, which we're not gonna have anybody come over. But hey, how's it going, Moses?
He is so traumatized right now.
Is that
Oh,
why
those
he's
claws
trying
are
to
so sharp.
he's
They're
trying to
so
get
sharp.
away?
They're so sharp. Buddy, I'll put you in your chair.
But yeah, I have been Steve got some Lysol the other day when he went to go pick up my prescription, and I have just gone a little ham with it. Lysoled the house like 6 times.
As one should.
Yeah.
As one should. But yeah, as far as our TV series goes, for the most part, it's kind of a 50-50 whether one of us likes a series or not, if the other person will even be able to sit and watch it. I know a lot of the ones she really likes, I can't.
I got a good example. Eureka.
I can't stand it.
Yeah, and it's one of my,
I can't stand
it.
And I don't know why.
I know why.
I mean, it's a lot of it is like the same stuff that I like. There's similar series that I like.
Yeah.
And I don't like Eureka.
Being sick, I needed something in the background that I could not pay attention to, and I couldn't figure out what to watch. And so I was going through our series, and I ended up putting Eureka on, and I started with it low so he couldn't hear it in the office. But yeah,
we were talking earlier about potential games for after Dragonbane, and these were 3 that we brought out as possibilities. And like we said earlier, it's 99% likely our next game is going to be Cyberpunk.
Yeah. And that'll be a nice change from the fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, go from high fantasy to Cyberpunk to sci-fi. Why is my phone set to no light? Give me lights. All right. But yeah, so we'll keep more posted as we get kind of more figured out what we're gonna do, how we're gonna play our base, if we're gonna transition straight into it, or if we're gonna take a break and do some other just physical tabletop games.
Yeah.
Probably Fate. Oh yes, I love Fate.
Yeah.
I know I've said a few times I have a little module I wrote that I run in Fate. I like the whole concept of you can technically start with a blank character sheet and just start playing and fill it out as you go.
Which I feel like we've done.
I've done that. Yeah, I always let that.
Jax did that.
We also did it for Dread once.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I like that how just open Fate is, how just incredibly flexible it is. The only downside to Fate is needing Fate dice or Fudge dice, whichever, whether you call it Fate dice or Fudge dice, are the same thing, because they are proprietary. You can use a standard D6, but it's so much easier to actually use Fate dice. So if you're not using a VTT, everybody's got to have 4 Fate dice. And we have enough of them that typically we can just start passing them out to everybody. But
well, we are going to be using a VTT when we do. Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, Fate's good for that. Dread is good for being super open. Dread is actually one of my most favorite systems. It's not as open as Fate because it does kind of limit you to playing in a either a very suspense or a very horror setting, just because of how just brutal that system is.
We've talked about it a little bit. I'd really like to do a live, like in-person Dread game.
Yes.
When we move, and
do a campfire Dread game.
And just and a giant Jenga tower. And like actually set up some cameras and record it, and it
would be really nice. It would be really fun to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good system. Is it behind me? I can't see it.
No, I think it's on the other side.
I'm not running for it. I bought the PDF. I printed it and bound it myself, so I have a bound copy of Dread that does not look like Dread because I bound it myself. And I've been debating doing that, printing it again and binding it again, because I know I could do a much better job binding it, and I can make it look a little bit better binding it.
It also has my red handprint on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I needed a bloody handprint, and my hand was way too big, so we put paint on Megan's hand and had her stamp the cover. So it looks really. I like it.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sure Dread will appear on the channel at some point. I really want to do Vossen, but Vossen is so similar to the Alien setup, as far as like the mechanics of it go. That'll mean I'll have to kind of pick or choose which one I want to run.
Yeah.
Kitty Paws, yeah, we could do Kitty Paws.
I would love to do Boston like next, and then do a couple more systems, and then do Alien.
We could do that. We could definitely do that.
Because I definitely do want to run Alien on our channel.
Yeah, because I am running it on Top Hats Off right now. Like I said, not next week. Next week's going to be Scots and Cats.
Yes.
But the week after will be the wrap up for that. I ran it basically every time Dapper needs a break between the Star Trek series. I've been running something for him. Well, this is the second time I've done it now. So the first time I ran Chariot of the Gods, which is the Alien starter set adventure. This time I'm running Destroyer of Worlds, which is part 2 of that adventure. And then next time after this, I will run Heart of Darkness, which is the third and final part of it. So the whole story is broken to 3 chapters with 3 sections each. So it makes for 9 episodes to do the full thing on a stream.
Yeah.
And technically, the one we're running right now, Destroyer of Worlds, the only thing that really links it together is the 26 Draconis strain. So that's like, oh, cool, the 26 Draconis strains in this one. Okay, that's it.
I'm actually having a lot of fun playing. This is my first time being on Top Hats Off, and I only offered because I wasn't sure enough people were gonna.
It was looking like I wasn't gonna have players, and then suddenly I had too many players.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I cannot play, and they were like, no, you play.
Yes, a world is currently being destroyed.
Yes.
Well, technically it's a moon.
Yeah.
But,
I'm playing a Milk Blood.
Yes, she is.
It's so much fun.
Milk Blood, we started that on our home campaign. Kel actually just on the fly invented that as a slur for a synthetic, and it just stuck through the whole campaign.
I almost said it so many times on Dapper's channel, and I'm like, nobody's gonna know what the hell I'm talking about.
The fun one in Destroyer of Worlds is from the characters you can start. You can be the officer, you can be the medic, you can be the Colonial Marine, 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 or the Colonial Marine. So yeah, there's not a lot of choice in this one. You're basically a Colonial Marine.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. I mean, there's some other things, like you could be a marshal if somebody didn't break all their necks. But
I had my orders.
You did have orders.
I had orders.
So yeah, so it's been fun. I've been enjoying it.
You maybe should be concerned, Kel, if you're inventing slurs that stick.
Yeah, we need to make Milk Blood a canon term.
Yeah.
If we just keep using it enough, it'll eventually stick, right? But yeah. So the Alien, the pre-done adventures, they make a nice little series. There's also Hope's Last Day, which is the colony from the second movie that gets wiped out before they get there, where Newt is from. It's that colony when that's happening. So it's actually the aliens taking over that colony. You get to play as the colonists there for that. So that one's kind of fun too. I tend to run them pretty loose. Like I did the 26 Draconis explosion. It's supposed to happen at the end of part 2, but I had it happen at the end of part 1 because it doesn't fit very well in where they put it. It's just kind of there just to be there. So I just put it in a different spot. So you can do a lot of things different with the way they line it up and play with it. And I like to do stuff like that when I'm running a game to keep people who have played it before from being able to meta too much. If you've played a game with me more than once in the same like module, you'll know I never run a module exactly the same twice. I always move things around. I always will change up some NPCs or move where something's at, or I do my best to make sure that if somebody's trying to meta in one of my games, that it bites them in the ass. And one of the ways I do that oftentimes is by changing where some real key hooks or points are. Um, Although I have really good players that like to like kill off the good guys and ally with the villains constantly. I mean, it's happening in Dragonbane right now, and it's kind of weird that that happens just like consistently in my games. Maybe I should be concerned about my friend base, but I don't know. It works for me as a GM, so why do I care? Um, yeah, so we're gonna be. I'm pretty sure we're gonna take a break after Dragonbane and just do some live tabletop game. So for my players who are in live tabletop game range, um, sorry, my diabetes thing keeps going off. I'm like, your blood sugar is too high. I'm like, I know, I already did the thing. It's going down. I'm freaking out. So, well, okay. In all fairness, the knight did shout at you, and you just rolled really, really, really poorly to keep him from murdering you. So, I mean, he mistook you for a cultist. That's all. And technically, you were allied with the cultist at the time. You just didn't know it.
Are we talking about how we're the bad guys?
Yes, you're definitely the bad guys in Dragonbane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like I said, we'll probably do like role play adventures or Frosthaven or Borderlands or something here at the table. We'll probably roll something out and play a game for a week or two, just to kind of have something in the middle. We'll break out the third face cam that's still in its box because I haven't had a reason to break it out yet, and we'll get that set up and we'll do some good games. I actually think I might put a face cam like caddy corner at the corner of the table, so that it kind of shows across the players on each side. So like one there, so it'll catch like this in the living room, and then like one there, so it'll just catch that wall of nothing. And then of course the down cam. Oh yeah, speaking of cameras and audio, I went ahead and put the camera down here, or the mic down here this time. So I hope that's working better for everybody. I hope you guys can hear us a little bit better with it down here.
Yeah.
We can't have it down here for like a recorded gameplay because it's going to be in the way. But I mean, it's here.
But we'll lower it a little bit.
Yeah, so we can adjust it and do different things and whatever down here. I am going to lower it. It's too high. I was trying to keep it out of view of the down cam, but I think I can lower it quite a bit and still have it out of view. So that's what we're going to do. I'm actually kind of wondering if I was just like put it, I can't quite, it would go like right here. It might be out of view.
Maybe.
I might be able to have it out of view and be quite a bit lower.
Yeah.
So we'll work on that next sometime whenever I feel like it. We'll work on it and get it in a more reasonable location.
Yeah, we've got options for this next week. We either have to record on the weekend or we have to actually edit
Zoom
Sagrada and release it.
Well, we need to edit Sagrada, but we also need to record. So we need to do both.
Yeah.
Both need to happen.
Yeah.
Fidget has the zoomies right now. She just went tearing across.
I might record. We might do some more unboxings because we have gotten quite a few games in. Some of them I've already opened and punched and separated, but we could still do unboxings on them.
Yeah, we can still do an unboxing on that.
Because we've got like Critter Kitchen and.
Yeah. No, we got some new games we can go over.
Ooh, segue into upcoming games. He hasn't really looked at upcoming board games.
I haven't really, no.
I actually have a list because I'm a psychopath and I actually want to know what's coming up, what stuff that we will be interested in. So one game, let me get my little list out here really quick. I'm just gonna actually grab my phone. So we do use Boardgame Geek Catalog, which is an app. It tracks all of your board games, your plays, places you play, people you play with, and all that jazz. So ours looks like, you can kind of see it.
Not really, but yeah.
I do have it linked.
It looks crazy.
But I also really like. Oh, I thought you were gesturing towards me.
Well, I mean that's appropriate for crazy too, but no.
I also really like it because you can track things that you want to buy. So, one that I really would like that has been out of stock or out of print is Calico. And our game store was not able to get that for us, and I've been waiting to see if they can get it later because I don't like buying things from Amazon like this. Canvas is one that we've been talking about. It's a very artsy game, something that we would maybe play with his sister.
Actually, we need to get my mom and my sister down here and record Hues and Cues.
You better beg your mama and give her something other than a gnome.
My mom hates gnomes. Hates gnomes. Loves her garden. Hates gnomes. We have done our best. My sister and I have done our absolute best to fill her garden with gnomes. And I've been saving up. When we went to San Francisco for the oddities, we stopped by her uncle's shop and I got her a little green hummingbird. Yeah. My mom loves hummingbirds.
I know my mother-in-law.
She loves green. Green's her favorite color, and she loves hummingbirds. She does acrylic art. She painted hummingbirds all the time, so we got her a hummingbird. I found her at a grocery outlet a little itty-bitty flat hummingbird feeder. So I grabbed her that, and then I was looking around there, and they had a ceramic garden gnome wind chime. It was horribly ugly.
You could hear him cackle through the whole fucking store.
So I grabbed it, and I gave it to my mom yesterday. And they were in a bag, and she's like, "Oh my god, I love the ice cream cone!" And she turns around, "It's a gnome."
By the way, I texted her, and I told her I hope that I was only responsible for the hummingbird, not the gnome, and that he was so proud of himself.
I was very well, and there was other ugly gnomes. I like my mom likes wind chimes too, and it was a very pretty sounding wind chime. It was a gnome.
Yeah. So another game I'm looking forward to. This one's not slated to come out until next year, but it's called Cats and Dragons, and it's a 2 to 4. But I think it was supposed to come out this year, and it looks like it's been pushed to next year.
A lot of things are pushing back. It's something about really unstable conditions right now.
This one is one that just had kind of Steve's aesthetic. It's called Echoes of Time. It's coming out sometime this year. It's a 2 to 4. It's almost looks like it might be a Root-esque where there's different factions. We should another one that is something for Steve is Fossilium.
Fossilium. Excuse me. That is mine. What are you do? What are you do?
It's coming out.
Why? Why do you murder Tiamat? Why do you murder?
Sorry. So he put Tiamat on the ground on a piece of foam board, and Fidget has just like murdered a huge portion of it. I don't know why. So Fossilium is a 1 to 4. It's coming out sometime this year. It's a strategic and interactive set collection and tile placement game. So that sounded fun. I did get Isle of Cats Duel. Like I said, I don't like doing it, but I did actually end up ordering this one online because it is unavailable to order in the US for game stores. So that's the only time I will do that. Knitting Circle, which is the same people who put out Calico.
Air jail.
It's coming out this year, and it's a 1 to 4.
No, air jail.
It's Knitting Circle is a standalone follow-up to Calico. It's a tile laying game, and you are basically knitters who compete to create the coziest and most beautiful assortment of garments.
I told you air jail.
She's gonna knock the whole camera over because she's pissed. Let's see. There's one that I really want. I can't get it in the US. It's very, yeah. So Quacks of Quillenberg has come out with a dual version.
Ooh.
The only problem is the only like widely available is the German version, and I do not speak or understand German.
Thierry, translate everything for us, please.
So there is an English version, but for some reason it is almost impossible to get in the USA because
She is in a mood. She's murdering bags.
probably because of our political climate right now, which, suck a giant so that I'm keeping an eye on that and hoping that maybe when next year rolls around, if it's not available in the US, that I can ask Jax,
Good thing I covered the puzzle, because she would have just scattered the whole thing.
who owns Squirrel, when she goes to a convention, to see if she can get a copy for me. Tea Witches. I don't think I've showed Steve this one. But
That looks fun.
The art, it's by the same person who did Flamecraft.
Yeah, definitely. I can definitely
Sandra. I can't remember what her last name is. I follow her on Instagram. Oh, there we go. It's Sandra Tang, and she's amazing. It's a 2 to 4, and it is similar to Flamecraft. And then Trinket Trove is another one. It's either come out or supposed to come out this year. It is a cute little mouse game because we have a thing about mouse games.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's this is the other one. Somebody recommended this for 2 players. It's called Watergate, but I don't know. We would. It is a political intrigue, based off of the Nixon administration.
Yeah, looks like you play as the role of a Washington Post journal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So it is a 2-player. It is one that was highly recommended for 2 players. And I don't know. I put it on here just to see. It came out in 2019. I've been trying to find us some more 2-player games to play. One that was actually recommended 2-player is Castle of Burgundy.
That wouldn't be bad.
We don't have, but it is a 1 to 4. And according to the video I watched, I think from the brothers Murph who do Board Game Geek, they really like it 2-player, which anything like that is subjective. Like things that Steve and I like multiplayer, other people are fine with 2-player.
Yeah, I get a little picky on some of the games. Yeah. It's especially if they have any like strategy involved that gets screwed up with the wrong number of players.
Yes.
A lot of games, whatever their mechanic is, whatever their strategy is, a lot of games it just does not work with certain players. It just won't. There's a lot of games like, oh well, if you put this one in 2-player, it becomes more reactive than anything else, and I don't want the game to play me. I want to play the game. I don't want to have to give myself some ridiculous handicap to enjoy playing a game. Yeah. Which I end up doing quite a bit.
He does. So. Our gaming styles don't always mesh. Like one that neither of us enjoyed was 2-player Jurassic Park.
No, and again, with the right 2 players, I'm sure it's fun. But
not us.
It's a very strategy heavy, think ahead, and that's just not going to work with us. Because Megan doesn't do that. She doesn't do the long game strategies. She does the here and nows. So any game that requires you to be looking way ahead, she's not going to do good on her own.
I can do it, but like it takes some of the fun out of it for me because I like that impulsive.
We should flip it around. You should play as the dinosaurs then, because that's how the dinosaurs play. So it's just
sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's figuring out which person needs to play what role.
Yeah. So we'll be picking more games, doing more recordings. Like I said, the only thing we have recorded right now is Sagrada, and we'll hopefully have that out next weekend.
Yeah.
I want to do some more live videos, maybe some live plays. honestly, I wouldn't mind doing a like members only live when we actually record a game, and then have the edited video come out later. So we might look into doing that. We might look into doing some like members only, where everybody who's in our Patreon or something gets to join in while we actually do the recording. Well, what's the matter, Fidget? Did I put another piece of foam on it? You mad because you can't cut my puzzle now? Oh, she mad because she can't cut my puzzle now.
She's such a little sass.
So, we'll look at doing some more recordings. We really, 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 really need to do more 4-player recordings.
Yeah, and we had planned, I'm really glad our friends didn't come down because Mike and Ash were going to come and record with us last weekend.
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked.
And as soon as he started feeling like feverish, I told Mike not to come, just because he is a little higher risk for certain things. So after Steve got like the official COVID diagnosis, he was like, yeah.
No, I'm glad all my plans that week fell through because yeah. I mean, maybe I got some of my work guys sick, but I don't care about them. I mean, they're.
What really sucked is we were gonna do. I don't know why. So Steve and I have been together for 23 years, and when we first started dating, his parents always used to do kebabs. We barbecued kebabs like every freaking weekend, and we haven't done it in years. I can't remember the last time we did kebabs at his parents, and so I wanted to do kebabs. So I bought all the stuff to do kebabs.
Mike's got a good idea there. So we'll do the first members only live stream will be the first playthrough, or we're learning to play. Then the second playthrough, where we're actually going like doing it properly, is the pre-recorded video.
Oh yeah.
That wouldn't be bad. So members get to watch us struggle and figure out how to play a game, and then everybody else gets to watch the second game.
And yell at each other. We don't really yell at each other most of the time.
That's mostly insanity, Kel. That's mostly just insanity on both our parts.
Yeah.
We're crazums. We're all the crazums.
Yeah.
But you know that. You've been here.
But yeah, so I had picked up chicken. I had got the stuff for the OG marinade Steve does. And like I'd picked up some beef and all the veggies and COVID.
My marinade I do is 1 cup of blue cheese dressing, 1 cup of olive oil, however much rosemary you like, and you have to use the whole like big rosemary, not the ground. Mix that all up, throw your chicken in it, roll it around real good, shove it in the fridge, forget it exists for a few hours, and then when you pull, and you got chunk your chicken. Okay, don't throw the whole breast. Cut it into your pieces first. Marinate it, and then when you bring it out to put it on the skewers, don't wipe off any of the marinade. Leave it just gunked up with marinade. And when it cooks, the whole thing will cook around it and like glaze around it, and it's so good. It works for chicken. It works for lamb. It's amazing for lamb.
It's amazing for lamb.
It's amazing for lamb. And I'm sure it'll work with beef. I haven't tried it with beef yet, but I'm going to.
It was good with fish.
It was good with fish.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you just put your whole kebab together, throw the whole thing. Yeah, don't do that with chicken. Like please don't do that with chicken.
Yeah. So...
I'm not responsible for food poisoning if somebody forgets to do a step for a while.
I was very happy. We ended up using all of the stuff that I had bought, even with us having COVID. We didn't waste anything. Normally the vegetables would have gone bad, but nothing went bad.
I will write it down and put it in Discord for you. I can definitely do that. But yeah, so we're gonna work on getting some recordings going. We're gonna work on some more 4-player. I know we haven't had near enough 4-player stuff going on, so we'll work on getting some more 4-player games, or more. We might do. I know we got like Good Critters, and Good Critters is like a 4 to 8.
I really want our couple friends to come play.
I would love to have a 6 or 8-player game of Good Critters going. Extend the table back out.
Mike and Ash, Ian and Devin, Jill and Cam. Bless you, babe.
That might work. That might be enough chaos.
Specifically want our couple friends to play this game because I want to see how badly I can fuck everybody up. Because it is a everybody is on their own.
It is all for themselves kind of game.
Yeah.
I know I've described it a couple times. Can I reach it? Where's that? It's over here somewhere.
We put it in a bin.
Oh, is it in the bin?
I think it's in a bin now.
That is way up there.
We did play a 4-player version with Ian and Devin, and it was so much fun to listen to them snark at each other. And Steve and I.
It's in one of the bins.
I would love to do this and get dressed up.
Yes, this would be fun to dress up. So the rule book is small.
So small.
So small. Really not much going on. And you get, everybody gets a little deck of cards. Got a deck of cards. Okay. So we'll just get Roxy here. All right. Roxy is the sexy fox lady, right? Because you got to have a sexy fox lady.
Of course.
And on the other side, you have guard, rob, vote no, vote yes, and skim. So every turn, you're going to kind of shuffle through and lie and cheat and steal, and you're going to tell everybody what you're going to do by setting a card down. You're going to pick a card. So in this case, we're going to pick vote no, and we're going to drop my card, okay? So the way it's going to work is every turn, we have loot cards, which have value. And whoever the current boss is going to pull, I think it's 2 cards per player.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to pull them out, and they're going to look at them, and they're going to divvy them into piles for everybody. So they're going to divvy out everybody's loot that everybody's getting. And then at the end of them divvying them out, you're going to go, okay, well, I'm going to vote, yeah, that's good, I like it. Or I'm going to vote, no, I don't like this. Or I'm going to vote, I'm going to try to skim. I'm going to try to pull a card instead of doing a vote.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm going to rob from one of the other guys. Or I'm going to guard so I can't be robbed against. But you're also allowed to bribe.
Mm-hmm.
So I could do like, oh, you're going to vote no? Well, what if I give you this card? What if I give you this loot card out of my stash that's worth, $5,000 to vote yes? Well, I pass that face down, and they can't look at it. So I might be passing a $1,000 and not a $5,000. So it's this whole like little bribing and scheming, and you got like a little standee to show who you're trying to rob, and you got your little vote yes, vote no tokens. Everybody gets a few of these little bills. So these are for bribing, and because it actually says on them what it is, it's a guaranteed bribe.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do things like, hey, if you vote yes for me, then I will pay you $2,000.
Yeah.
And you have to follow those. If you do those, you have to do them. But it's just this fun little kind of like divvy it up. And every time somebody votes no, whoever starts the no vote, if everybody votes no, that person becomes the boss. And you divvy up more cards and keep going with the current pile of loot. So until the vote is yes, and you divvy the loot up, it just keeps going. In the pile, there is a couple of cards called the fuzz. And basically, once you hit enough fuzzes, then you've been arrested and the game's over. So, and then you just count up whoever has the most loot. Which I kind of like that. I kind of like that, you shuffle the fuzz in. On the same kind of side, I kind of like games where you just play the deck out.
Mm-hmm.
But having that extra, there's a card in the bottom third that somewhere in there it ends, can add a little bit of good stuff to it.
Yeah. I dare say I would really like to have everybody dress up and come down here and play that. I think that'd be so much fun.
That would be a lot of fun to have like a 1920s gangster dress day where we all dress up and come in and sit and kick the lights down and do the whole like, back parlor room.
Yeah, it'd be so much fun. So maybe we'll try to arrange that with some of our people.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get that arranged. That would be a lot of fun to play that one like that. I don't think we have anything else immediately going on.
No, this whole like last week and a half have been.
It's been brutal. I fired my Arc server back up because I just couldn't do anything, and
I pretty much stayed off the computer. Unlike him, I can't be up and like on the computer, but the last couple of days I wanted to be up and doing things, and he keeps telling me to sit back down. Because I stripped the bed.
She tends to overdo things when she's, yeah.
So I'm like, I start to feel better, and I want to clean the house.
No, stay down, or you're gonna not feel better anymore.
Yeah.
No, so I think we've discussed what we're discussing for this time. Thanks
Yeah.
everybody who watched, be it live or later. Feel free to jump in the Discord and shout at us some things you'd like to see, games you want to see, systems you want to see, anything going on that. I'm still working on redoing all of our overlays and making things pretty
And actually correcting our name.
and actually correcting our name and whatever else we do. So we'll keep going on that. That's going to be a slow process because I'm just terrible at doing it.
And I don't know how to do it at all. So
I made a really nice overlay for Top Hats Off for Aliens. So I mean,
Yeah.
And our new Dragonbane one is better than our old one. So
much better.
I just haven't done this overlay for our Sunday Sundries. It's the one I need to do next. So hopefully we'll get it figured out. We've got one more camera, so I can get an extra camera view in. I just haven't set it up because it's meant for 4-player games, and I just haven't had a reason to set it up.
Yeah, and there's no especially with the cats and stuff, there's no reason to set up more shit that we don't have to.
I mean, I can throw it on this tripod, and we can move it around as needed. But
I bought some new lighting. I don't know if we talked about that.
Oh God, yes.
I don't think I
haven't
photos.
I haven't put the diffuser on the one here over me yet. It's a paper lantern.
I am the shit at finding really cheap ass solutions to things.
So they're 13-inch ring lights. They're now up above us here, and Megan got a big like a pack of those cheap paper lanterns.
Yeah.
So I put a paper lantern over the one to diffuse the light a little bit, because the problem we were having here was all of our light is really directional, and really bright. So if we have anything illuminating the table, you just get glare. So we needed something more diffused that was bright. So now we've got these very big 13-inch ring lights above us that are throwing a lot of diffused light, and they're already decently diffused just on their own.
Yeah.
But the lantern makes it so much nicer. So I got to put the lantern on the left side here, but that does involve me tearing half the rig apart, and there's a lot of rig to tear apart.
Well, and something that has taken me, 23 years to learn is cheaper isn't always better, but sometimes the cheaper solution is the better solution. But
you have to weigh what you're getting for what you're paying, and you get certain things like we use Elgato for an example.
Mm-hmm.
I love Elgato. I love the Stream Deck. It's really great. Love the Yeti for the blue.
We like our snowballs.
I wouldn't cheap out on something like that. But at the same time, when you go with like Elgato, some of the stuff they have is like cool. I could spend $150 and have a Stream Deck that has 6 buttons. What situation am I going to do that where I specifically want 6 buttons, or the what is it, $80 or $100 or whatever it was for the foot pedal one that literally has 3 buttons.
I will say I did cheap out for one of our cameras that we got before these, and it wasn't cheap, but I didn't do my research, and then we ended up buying the Elgatos. So
don't cheap on cameras. Don't cheap on microphones. For lighting, there is if you want a good key light, you're going to spend money for it. If you just want lights are cheap.
Yeah.
And you can get light for cheap. Just make sure that your aimed light, the ones that are actually illuminating you, are not. And currently ours are. Are like $40 for 3 plus tripods plus everything else, cheap shit key lights that I have to put slips of paper in to diffuse more. They work. I can probably make a better diffuser for them. They do work. That doesn't mean they're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can make do with lesser things, but I'm looking at the camera feed right now, and with more light, it looks so much better. Webcams especially do not like being in a dimly lit room.
No.
They want bright. So having that extra bright works really well.
Yeah. So that was my lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Buy more expensive things sometimes.
Which not bad. We still have 3 or 4 webcams that are cheaper that are in a bin now as backups or as extra camera views. Or one of the things you can do in OBS is you can tell it to just record a source. You can get source recorder, and that means we could have a little webcam sitting up here that is just there to grab on a thing and zoom over something for editing later. So those are things you can do. When we record our actual pre-recorded games, What I have going is I have OBS up, and I have all the webcams pulled up, and each webcam has a source record on it. So every single camera feed is getting a 1080p, just automatically recorded download of it. And then the main OBS is pulling up all of the cameras lined up so that I can monitor them, and the Yeti.
Mm-hmm.
That whole thing gets brought into DaVinci. The whole thing gets stacked up into one thing. Once it's stacked up, all of the webcams aren't recording audio. So we cut that audio channel out. The main OBS that's recording all the web cameras is the only one with audio, but we don't need the video, so we cut that video out. So now we have the audio recorded from the Yeti and all of the webcam all lined up properly, and we can convert that into a multicam clip, which lets us flip-flop the... and it was such a pain to learn how to do it, but once you have it set up, it makes it so nice to be able to just flip your views and do whatever and not have to worry about trying to like align clips from 9 million cameras. And
well, there's a few things on that end we need to do, and then like save, like our intros.
I need to actually make the proper intro video and save it. I need to make a proper outro video and save it so that we can just drag and drop those in.
But that, I think, because we're like 6 months into this, 7 months,
some number.
Also, thank you everybody for the 104 subscribers we
Yes.
have on this channel. Holy
Thank you
shit.
guys. That is about 100 more than I thought we were going to get.
Yeah. So yeah, a huge thank you guys, because we need hours watched and all that jazz, and we need more subscribers, but I never expected to get 100 in.
Yeah, we're a long ways away from this being able to be a monetized channel. Which once it hits monetized, that lets us do a lot of extra stuff that YouTube kind of gates behind that.
Yeah.
So don't think we're after like the monetization, because like I've been streaming on Top Hats Off, which means I get to see Dapper's monetization on it, and I'm like, oh wow, cool. Dapper made $2 today.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, we're not really, I mean, we are after the monetization, but we're not, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mostly want the extra tools, and I want to be able to do some of the more linked in with Patreon things.
Yeah.
Which, again, if you want to toss us $1 in Patreon, that helps. We post some cat stuff there, or Megan posts cat stuff there, because she's got it all logged in and I don't.
You also get to see some of the fun, weird videos that I do before I post. Like, I clipped our stream a couple weeks ago where Steve called me his single spark of sanity, and Kel called out my insanity on, live YouTube, which was nice. But just, stuff like that. I'm trying to post more, but again, we both do have full-time jobs. We're after the monetization, but not in the same. This is solely to force us to play more games.
That is the main point of this channel, is we got lots of games.
Yeah.
We don't play enough. No. So make us play games, guys.
Yeah.
With that, I think we're going to go ahead and close out today. We intended this one to be a little shorter, and we still went like an hour and a half.
Yeah. So I'm starting to fade a little.
Yeah. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. We will be back. Love you too, Kel. We'll be back Wednesday for Dragonbane.
Yes.
Like I said, we got 3, maybe 4 episodes, and we'll be done. Then we'll probably do a couple little tabletop games here. So any of our local friends that want to come out and do some games, we'll have that open. We'll be starting up the next, which is probably going to be Cyberpunk Red after that. Mm-hmm. We'll be recording some more games. We're hoping to record some more 4-player or 6-player or I don't know what. We'll get all of that going and planned and keep you guys updated. Bye, Jason. We'll catch you guys as we go. Check us out on Patreon. Make sure you like, subscribe, join the Discord, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, everybody. Bye.